Environment is no one's property to destroy. It's everyone's responsibility to protect. Hello everyone. We the teacher trainees of GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education, Farmagudi, Ponda-Goa, are here to talk to you about our environmental education project based on the different environmental organizations. This presentation is presented by 5 group members, namely Zakia Khan, Simran Naik, Sahil Gosavi, Achita Naik, Ravikant Arondekar. The whole project is done under the guidance of Dr. Neena George, Associate Professor at GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education, Farmagudi, Ponda-Goa.
This presentation includes meaning of environmental organizations, aims of environmental organizations, different type of environmental organizations. That is, the first one, international environmental organizations, under which we covered Earth System Governance Project, Global Green Growth Institute, International Union for Conservation of Nature. Second, national environmental organizations, under which we covered Animal Welfare Board of India, Central Zoo Authority, Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. And third, environmental organization in Goa, under which we covered Gova Foundation, Vivekananda Environment Awareness Brigade, followed by conclusion. Now let us see what is meant by environmental organization. An environmental organization is an organization coming out of the conservation environmental movement that seeks to protect, analyze, or monitor the environment against misuse or degradation from human forces. Aims of environmental organizations. The first one, to ensure better health, sanitation for all citizens, to conserve biodiversity and natural resources at local, national and international regime, to encourage and promote environmental studies in the country and spread awareness for environmental conservation to the entire world, to promote documentary and short films over pertinent natural ecosystems, to create a healthy earth ecosystem with a healthy components in and around a habitat. So, the different environmental organizations include international environmental organizations, national environmental organizations, environmental organizations in Goa. Now, let us see each one in detail.
International organizations, under which the first organization is Earth System Governance Project. Developed under the auspices of the International Human Dimensions Program on Global Environmental Change. It started in January 2009. The Earth System Governance Project office is hosted at Lund University, Sweden. Its key functions are: the Earth System Governance Project aims to contribute to science on the large, complex challenges of governance in an era of rapid and large-scale environmental change. The project seeks to create a better understanding of the role of institutions, organizations, and governance mechanisms by which humans regulate their relationship with the natural environment. It aims to integrate governance research at all levels. It also aims to examine problems of the global commons, but also local problems from air pollution to the preservation of waters, waste treatment, or desertification and soil degradation. The ESGP is a scientific effort, but also aims to assist policy responses to the pressing problems of the Earth system transformation. The second one is Global Green Growth Institute. It was first launched as a think tank in 2010 by Korean President Lee Myung-bak and was later converted into an international treaty-based organization in 2012 at the Rio 20 summit in Brazil. It is headquartered in Seoul, Republic of Korea. Its key functions are: it works to produce three major outcomes: adoption and implementation of green growth plans, provision of research for policymakers, and private sector engagement in the implementation of the national green growth plans. The organization uses three approaches to achieve these outcomes: green growth planning and implementation, knowledge development and management, and public-private cooperation. The third one is International Union for Conservation of Nature. It is the world's oldest and largest global environmental organization. It was founded in 1948 and today it is the largest professional global conservation network. Its headquarters are located in Gland, near Geneva in Switzerland. Key functions. Conserving biodiversity is central to the mission of IUCN. The main areas of function are: science, the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species; action, hundreds of conservation projects all over the world; influence, through the collective strength of more than 1,200 government and non-governmental member organizations. This is the chart showing the Red List category of the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Here, EX refers to extinct, EW refers to extinct in the wild, CR refers to critically endangered, EN refers to endangered, VU refers to vulnerable, NT refers to near threatened, LC refers to least concern, and DD refers to data deficient.
National environmental organizations. The first one is Animal Welfare Board of India. It is an advisory and statutory body on laws of animal welfare and to promote it. It was set up in 1962 according to the Section 4 of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960. It is first of its kind in the world, headquartered in Balabgarh, Faridabad, Haryana, and pioneered or guided by Mrs. Rukmani Devi Arundale. Its key functions are: to advise the central government on the amendment of the cruelty of animals, provide all types of measures like sheds, food, water, and veterinary assistance, to maintain slaughterhouse to reduce the pain of animals, give educations relating to human nature of animals and promote animal welfare. And the second one is Central Zoo Authority. The Central Zoo Authority was established as a statutory body under the Ministry of Environment and Forests by the Government of India in the year 1992. Its key functions are: decide minimum standards for zoos and ensure all services to take care of animals, identify endangered species for better protection of it, exchange and loaning of animals for breeding purposes, organize training of zoo personnel and coordinate research and educational programs, and maintain all the data about different species. And the third one is Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. It is a statutory body which is constituted under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 to prevent illegal activities like smuggling and poaching. Its key functions are collections of intelligence and establishment of centralized wildlife crime data bank, implementation of provisions of Act and obligations under various protocols and conventions, assistance to different authority in foreign countries under international organizations, developing infrastructure and building scientific and professional investigations.
Environmental organizations in Goa. The first one is Gova Foundation. It is the best known of Goa's environmental action groups. Founded in 1986 by a group of Goan environmentalists, each fighting individual environmental battles, the organization today holds influence with the judiciary, government and the general public, having persisted with its environment agenda for nearly 2 decades. Its key features are: the first one, environmental litigation. The foundation has filed and fought more than 80 public interest litigations in the High Court and the Supreme Court of India on environmental issues. The next one is environment education. The organization has remained at the forefront of environmental education efforts with its flagship volume, Fish Curry and Rice, a periodically updated Citizens Environment Report. Management of solid waste. The foundation continues to work on specific environmental problems facing the state of Goa, including the management and handling of solid waste. For these projects, it has been supported by Goa government and the UNDP Small Grants Project. The foundation has also assisted in the formation of non-profit company called Green Goa Works, chaired by Wendell Rodrigues, Goa's internationally known fashion designer. The second one is Vivekanand Environment Awareness Brigade. It is a non-profit organization based at Keri Sattari, Goa, dedicated towards environmental education and wildlife conservation. Registered on October 4, 2001 under the Societies Registration Act 1860, it has gained repute as a leading force in the field of environment conservation. Its key objectives are to carry out environment education, to implement various conservation projects, coordinate related activities and spread awareness regarding the same, to rescue, treat and rehabilitate wild animals, to carry out documentations and research on wildlife and other facets of biodiversity.
The poetry of the earth is never dead. Now we come to the end of the presentation. A natural environment makes human life possible, and a cultural environment helps define who we are. It is therefore essential that our population and economic growth are environmentally sustainable. It is our moral duty to conserve biodiversity as well as our environment. Long-term maintenance of species and their management requires cooperative efforts across entire landscapes. Thank you.